When my daughters were little, they would always come up and ask a million questions about something. If they were curious about something, they would ask why, and then they would ask why again, and why that, and why this. Have you ever had that experience with a little kid? It's amazing, right? When they're so curious and wondering why, trying to understand what is going on. We humans, we are full of questions because life is so full of mysteries and unknowns. There's so much we don't know about life. And what we're trying to do is figure out and understand reality. We're trying to constantly figure out, who am I? What is my role in this larger thing called life? And since the moment we were born, we've all been on this journey to answer all these questions life throws at us. But there's one big question that I think we're constantly wrestling with throughout life. The question is, who am I? I believe that that's the question most humans are trying to answer moment by moment, day in and day out. We try to answer this question a number of ways, right? We try to answer it with a name that we were given maybe at birth. Who am I? I'm Josh. Who are you? I'm Sue. I'm Joe. We answer it with a name, but does that really answer who am I? Not really. Sometimes we try to answer it by, with a role we play. I am a sister. I am a son. I'm a dad. I'm a mom. I'm an aunt. I'm a friend. So we answer it by a particular role we have in a group. Sometimes we answer it with the stuff that we have. I'm a car owner. I'm a house owner. I'm a bike owner. Whatever it may be, people sometimes try to answer who am I with the stuff they have. The other thing is a job title. Maybe someone is trying to answer who am I by the job title. I am a CEO. I am a teacher. I am a nurse. So maybe it's a job title that answers that question. But I would guess that doesn't fully answer the question for most of us. Who am I? Those things are outside of ourselves. They're the external things. When I think we're answering this question, we're talking about something deeper. We're talking about the being of who we are, the essence of who we are, the spirit of who we are, the soul of who we are, that immaterial part that we can't see, that we can't touch, but we know exists. Who am I? That question is getting to that part of ourselves. And so it's a really big question that all of us humans are constantly asking. Life is full of the adventures of trying to answer that. Who am I in this big world with all these possibilities? Who am I? And trying to name what things characterize our radical brilliance, our unique ability, the gifts of who we are. There's another way that this question sometimes gets asked too. And these are like the questions below that question of who am I? Sometimes people ask this question like, am I loved? Am I significant? Am I worthy? Am I good enough? Am I safe? Am I growing, evolving? Am I transforming? Am I contributing? Do I have purpose? These are some of the other sort of questions that sit below that big question of who am I? And we're constantly on a mission to find that out. I hope you are, because I think asking that question of who am I and doing our best to just go on the adventure of discovering that leads to a great life. It leads to a fun life. It leads to fulfilling life. It really pushes us to evolve, change, grow. Life is constantly changing, and so constantly asking, who am I, is a great question that can lead us so many places. But it also can be a daunting question. It also can be a really big question that can feel overwhelming, that can feel like it has no answers to it. And so in this series of videos, I hope you get something out of it that helps you in that process of that question of asking that question of who am I? We can't fully answer the question, right? But we can really have a lot of fun playing around with it. And I think we can get closer to it. I think we can get to places with the answers that make us live with more confidence and courage, make us live with more compassion, help us have that life that we're dreaming of. So thanks for joining us in this series of videos. I do hope you find something helpful here.